Before we get started with this episode, I'm going to ask that you subscribe to our channel. In order for us to grow, we need subscribers and followers. So I'm going to give you a moment to hit that subscriber button and help us grow our channel. Hello, everyone. I'm Al Neely with ListenUp Podcast, and today we have Hampton Roads' own Mike Wyche. Mike is homegrown. He's a former defensive tackle for the Green Bay Packers. Mike, would you say hello to everyone?
What's going on, everyone?
All right. I've been trying to get you in here for a while. I'm so glad that you were able to come in. You have so much to offer from the standpoint of being someone that's from Hampton Roads, being, I don't know if you see yourself as a mentor, but I think you definitely have those qualities. And from where you started from to where you are now, it's tremendous growth. So let's start from you being in from this area. So you grew up in Chesapeake, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. All right. You have brothers and sisters?
I got 3 sisters.
Okay.
I'm the only boy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. So you were spoiled then. Everybody was Mike in the house, probably, huh?
I guess. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's good. Yeah. So let's talk about your childhood. You were in a house where your mom was the sole parent in the household. Is that correct?
Yeah, pretty much growing up, because my father left early because he had to go to prison. But yeah, for the most part, it was just me and my mother.
Wow, that's pretty. Actually, it's relatable because people have that situation a lot when you come from a background where you're impoverished or you are marginalized.
Right.
Yeah. So where'd you go to high school?
Went to high school at the Oscar Smith High School.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Oscar Smith. And you played football for them. You got recruited by probably a ton of schools, but you wound up going to Miami, correct?
Yeah. Almost every college in the country came after me, but I decided to go to Miami. At first, I was committed to the University of Southern California because I was already out there for junior college. Because I had to go to junior college because I kind of messed up my grades a little bit. And I had other schools offering me that I could go to right away. But I didn't want to go to those schools. No disrespect to those schools. I just thought that I was better than that, I had offers from, Norfolk State, Hampton, which is great schools, but I knew that I was better, and I knew that the guys that I was competing against every day at Oscar Smith, I knew that I was on their level. So I bet on myself. I went out to junior college, and I became the #1 defensive lineman in the country out there in junior college.
Really? Wow. Okay. And so you went to Miami. What was that? Tell us what that was like, because that's a big difference, right? Miami is a major city. So junior college, from here to junior college to Miami, a major city, what was that like for you?
Well, it was jumping from one major city to another major city because I was out in L.A., so I was really comfortable out there in L.A. I enjoyed myself out there in L.A., But they ended up firing my coach, Lane Kiffin. Like I said, I was committed to USC, and they ended up firing him. So I opened up my recruitment, and I was really trying to see where he was going because I was going to follow Lane. Everybody get Lane Kiffin a hard time because they don't like the way he left Ole Miss and left Tennessee. So They give him a hard time about should nobody want to play for him. But Lane was a coach that I wanted to play for, But so that didn't work out. Mm-hmm. So I opened up my recruitment. Miami happened to be the best fit for me, and went down to South Beach and Coral Gables to be exact. And I joined that team. We had a great team. We had a lot of great players on that team. Very organized team, very physical team. So I really love our image. It was very physical and everything. We had a good run game, so I felt like we had a chance to be a great team. So we didn't do too bad, but we didn't do too good either. I wanted it to be like that U in the 80s, back in the day when Michael Irvin and all those guys were playing. Yeah. That's what I envisioned.
He definitely shows up for the events there.
Oh, so. Yeah. Unc crazy, man.
He is, yeah. I've kind of grown, me being an Eagles fan, Dallas Cowboys, I didn't particularly care for him, but he's kind of grown on me. I really support him now, him as a person.
Yeah.
So he seems like he's a very genuine person.
Yeah. He had some little bumps in the road when he was younger, but,
we all do.
We all do,
right.
But he's a great man, great guy to be around, great mentor. He always come back to give back to the players. But, man, that experience at the University of Miami was it was a growing experience for me because playing at Oscar Smith, I won so much. I got taught how to win at a young age.
Yeah.
And we won all those championships. I won a championship at the middle school level. I won a championship at the high school level.
Wow. Okay.
So I was so used to winning. And when I got there, I'm not gonna say guys didn't take winning serious, but they ain't take it as serious as I did, But we had some very talented players that went on and played in the NFL and everything.
At that time, did Miami move to the Big East?
No, Miami was in the ACC.
The ACC.
They moved from the Big East, I believe, to the ACC.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So you played Virginia Tech, huh?
Yeah, I don't like Virginia Tech.
I'm sure you.
I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna say that on this podcast. I don't like them.
Okay.
And the reason why is because I'm from Virginia. I'm from the 757. So Virginia Tech was everything to us. Right. You make it a Virginia Tech out of the 757, you was it. That was like making it to the NFL.
Yeah, and Smith. And
okay. So during that time, Virginia Tech, I became the top junior college lineman in the country, and out of all the offers that I had, I wanted to go to Virginia Tech. So I told one of my coaches about it, like, hey, man, I'm really trying to go home and play at Lane Stadium and everything. I played at Lane Stadium when I was in high school. That's why I won a state championship in that stadium. So I was very comfortable with that stadium. That's a place that I really wanted to go to. And they said they don't recruit junior college players at the time. And it became personal, because I felt like, I'm one of the top guys in the country, man. What you mean, you don't recruit them? I don't see what's going on. So it became personal for me. And that played a big role in me going to Miami in the ACC because I knew I would have to see them.
Right. I got to look at your stats against your college stats against Virginia Tech.
Well, you know the crazy thing about stats when it comes to the position that I played, our stats are not eye-popping.
Yeah.
Nose tackle, we do the dirty work.
What is it, 5'5"? What defense did y'all play?
So we ran like a 3-4.
Okay.
So which means that I was right above the center.
Okay.
So my job was to command the double team.
Right.
So my job was, I'm gonna try to compare it to more like what the Chicago Bulls with Dennis Rodman. His job was to grab them rebounds. That was his main objective.
Right.
So my job was to command a double team so my linebackers can roam free and make the tackles that they're supposed to. So when you play in that position, it's more about sacrifice than eye-popping stats.
Right.
And people, people who know football know that,
Yeah.
But yeah. So our stats are not very, very high popping, but we get paid. We get paid good though.
Yeah. I'm a defensive person.
Yeah.
So I love that position. It does.
Yeah.
Command the double teams. You clog up the runs.
Yeah.
Yep.
You got to be very strong, very stout.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got to be very strong. You got to be strong in the hips. You got to be strong in the legs. You got to be strong in the arms.
Yeah.
You got to have very violent hands.
Yeah. Yeah. I've been hearing that a lot lately.
Yeah.
So, from Miami, you were drafted by.
I went undrafted.
Undrafted.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, when was that? What year was that?
That was 2016.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went undrafted.
So,
But it was the greatest feeling in the world.
What was that like?
Man, just getting to that level, no matter where you go, whether you go first round, first pick, or whether you go undrafted, just being in that 1% was like amazing. Like, yeah, I'm in that 1%. Like, so that's one of the biggest accomplishments you could ever achieve in football.
Oh, absolutely.
I was thankful for wherever I went because,
right.
During that time, I went through a lot too, personal things that I went through. And, so just to be there and for them to give me a call and tell me, come on, that was big, man. And when I got to Wisconsin, man, it was just like, for the first 30 minutes, I had to soak it all in, like, wow. Right. But then after I put on the helmet and put the cleats on, it was back to work.
Yeah. So that organization, one of the things we were talking about earlier was it's actually the cream of every organization in football, most championships,
right.
The most storied history, their community base. The community owns the team.
That's true.
Yeah, and it's the Lombardi Trophy is basically named after a Green Bay Packers coach. Yeah. So when you walked in, you got to that facility and you just looked up to the Ring of Honor. I know you said you soaked it in, but the Ring of Honor and the championships. What did that make you feel like?
Like, wow, I'm really in a historic organization. And then on top of that, what made it really good was my favorite player played for him, Reggie White.
Oh, well.
So I watched a lot of film on Reggie White.
I always knew I liked you.
Yeah. Reggie was my favorite player, man. Yeah. And he inspired me a lot, like, when I started playing the defensive line position.
Yeah.
He didn't inspire me to start playing football. Allen Iverson inspired me to start playing sports, because he was like God to us around here, so everybody wanted to be like Allen Iverson, so he the reason he sparked my sports interest. But when I got into my sport, football, Reggie White was, and I knew what position I was playing, Reggie White was like the guy to watch and study and things like that. And I adopted his hump move, so that kind of took me far.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Reggie White is a very, I think in terms of football, his presence even outside of football is massive. His influence on the NFL during that time, as a father, as a leader, did you also try to model yourself after those things for him?
Yeah, so that was the most unique thing about him.
Yeah.
So not only could I look up to him on the football field, you could look up to Reggie off the field too, as a husband, as a father, as a man. He was a religious man that everybody knew, and usually the style of play and the impact on the game and the way he played the game, you don't see that from too many people who are outspoken religiously.
Right.
He was a religious man, and he had like a soft side because of the religion, but then he'll go out there and turn into turn into a monster.
Yeah.
You know, but still find a way to be nice. You know,
Yeah.
but he was impactful. He was impactful. I look up to him and like on and off the field.
Yeah, yeah. All right, I got to ask you, 'cause I just saw something on the internet the other day. You know, the internet just poisons everything.
Mm-hmm.
They were trying to say who was one of the best defensive players in history.
Mm-hmm.
I happen to think Reggie was, being an Eagles fan, I watched him play. But I seem to think he's probably one of the top 5 defensive players ever to play the game. Would you rank him up there?
Reggie?
Yeah.
Reggie, to me, I think he's number 1.
You think he's number 1?
A lot of people will shoot me in the head and say, Lawrence Taylor, you're crazy, Lawrence Taylor. But then you got Bruce, too. A lot of people forget Bruce and his impact on the game, but my favorite player, I didn't learn about Bruce till later on, you know, and I didn't know he was from here and everything like that. And I actually got an opportunity to meet him, and he gave me a lot of insight on the game, you know, as well. So having access to the NFL all-time sack leader, and he from Virginia, was a major blessing because I actually met Bruce at Cam Chancellor. He had an event.
He's from Chesapeake too, right?
Cam Chancellor from North.
No, okay.
Yeah, he went to Maury High School, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, and I met him at an event. Cam invited me to an event. Mm-hmm. It was called like Bam Bam Spring Jam. It was like a community event that he hosts every year when he was playing.
Yeah.
I met Bruce there, and literally I picked his brain about like his fake rip spin move that I studied online. He's like, man, for you to be that young, like knowing like my move like that, I was like, man, I just need a detailed answer. And I shook his hand to feel how strong he was. I'm like, yeah, that is a reason why, you know. So just trying to pick his brain and study him, and now you could feel him and touch him. Like, okay, like so. That's when I knew I was gonna be a coach one day, you know, like. Because I love studying other players. But my number 1 guy, going back to what you were saying, Reggie, my number 1 guy. Okay. But everybody argues Lawrence Taylor, and Lawrence was good.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you. I think he's up there.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so rumor has it that you still have your money from your rookie deal. Is that true? So we know you. I know you. You know, I know you're frugal, but is that true, Mike?
Professionally?
Yeah.
I'll say this.
Okay.
I do have money from when I was playing football.
Okay.
And
so, which is going to lead us to our next thing. So,
but it wasn't as much as you think.
Right.
It was my discipline and my investing skills that set me apart.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about that because from that you launched your business management skills, your entrepreneurship, and so let's talk about that. So after you took that money and you launched that, what was the first thing you did with that investment?
My first thing I did was first of all, I met players in the locker room.
Okay.
So I built relationships in the locker room, in the Packer locker room.
Okay.
I didn't play long.
Yeah.
So the relationships were very important, and one day we were talking, me and the guys were talking in the locker room, and I got to talking about investments and all of that, and it kind of sparked some of the guys' interest. Some of the guys didn't care. They got their checks and they wanted to blow what they wanted to blow it on.
Is that common?
Yeah.
They don't have financial awareness.
Oh man, you got.
Where did that come from? Because you came basically from nothing. So we're gonna get delve in that a little bit. Okay. But go ahead, let's start this.
Okay, so pretty much like some guys listened, most guys didn't. When it came to investments, they cared more about blowing their money, spending it on Rolls Royces. First thing some of the players do, they go buy a chain, and they ain't thinking about none of that. They thinking about exploring with the women. You got some guys that'll blow a $70 million check in no time. $70 million.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? I didn't have friends, football friends that came to me and they came to see me in Miami. I was hanging out with NFL players when I was playing in Miami. They come down, spend some time at my place. They blow $500,000 in 2 days.
Wow.
Easy work.
Wow.
Easy. So those guys listen, and so I proposed the idea to them, like, man, maybe we should start an ownership group, because everybody in here is not going to play 20 years like Tom Brady or, so some of us might be going home next week. You never know.
Mike, where did that come from? Because you grew up in a single parent household and you said it was a struggle, right?
Right.
So where did that awareness come from?
Growing up in South Norfolk, man.
Okay.
I done seen some things, man. When you done got evicted, lived in women's shelter with your mama, you start to think different. And I question people who've been through that struggle and still manage to disrespect money and don't respect a dollar.
Yeah.
I question them.
As discipline and it's fear. So
it's fear.
Yeah. What drove you had, that was probably the worst place for you to be.
You want to know something crazy?
What's that?
I still have that fear.
That's why you are the way you are. And people don't know. I know how hard you work.
Right.
So let's talk about your investments. Okay. So you and a few of your teammates, how did it get started?
So we formed the ownership group, and then after we formed the ownership group, we all got individual LLCs.
Okay.
So that way, the money you make from the ownership group gonna spill down into your business.
Right.
And now you either can stay with the ownership group, you can stay with the band, or you can go off and do a solo record like an artist.
Right.
So it's kind of like we're a band, and we're sticking together. Some of the investments was okay, some of the investments was amazing, but you don't take a hard hit because you got a band together.
Right.
So we really ain't gonna feel that. We can recover better than if you would have did it by yourself.
Yeah.
So it was awesome that we stuck together. That way we could learn together, through bad investments, through good investments. You know what I'm saying? We all make the strategic investments together. So after that, I took care of my portion, and I started branching off individually, but I'm still involved with them as well. I'm always going to be involved with them.
Yeah. So what did you branch off into?
So I branched off and I formed my own business called MWE. And MWE, pretty much, we're investing in transportation. We're investing in real estate, things like that. My investment strategy, I like to invest in what people need, not what they want, because people can turn you on and turn you off. They get cancer. We live in cancel culture now.
Yeah.
They be like, I don't like him, or,
Yeah.
But people going to always need transportation. People going to always need towing. People going to always need cars transported all across the country. Mm-hmm. People going to always need somewhere to stay. So things that people need, that's what I'm interested in investing in. I don't like pretty investments because pretty investments usually lead to grand opening, grand closing. Right. Depending on the pandemic or depending on the way the economy going, it could easily
Yeah, and you probably seen being around professional athletes. You probably seen them make some bad investments and decisions. Right? Yeah,
Man. And that's because they don't know business.
right.
You know, you don't know business and you're getting into something, and then sometimes they family members saying, "Hey, you invest in this. How you gonna help me spend $1 million and you never even had $1 million?"
Right.
You know, how you gonna help me? Invest in something.
Yeah.
So, but a lot of people invest in things and don't know how to manage the business. That comes with like,
How did you learn?
how did I learn? I grew up in the streets. I
taught you how to manage businesses?
Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you why. I'm just going to be perfectly honest with you. In the streets, I saw a lot of things not to do. But I knew I wanted to be better than that. But while you in that, you learn principles, okay. You got to double up twice before you splurge once. You got to keep rearing up the profit that you're getting. You're learning these things, even though it's wrong, because that's all you can see. But you got to be prepared not to spend this profit for 2 to 5 years. You got to have that type of financial discipline. So I learned that in the streets, growing up in the hood. But they was the wrong kind of entrepreneurs, if you know what I mean.
Yeah. They were doing it illegally. They didn't quite realize that you're doing business. You're a business
You're a
person.
businessman.
Yeah.
You're a businessman, but you're going to jail.
Yeah.
You're going to jail. You're going to sit down for 30, 40 years once they catch you.
Yeah.
And I ain't want that. I won't trying to do that. So I took the same principles from that to start my business. Okay, I'm not going to touch this for 2 to 5 years. I'm going to let it grow. I'm not going to penny pinch off of it. I'm not going to go take no vacations and all that. So many people, and that's why you see a lot of companies can't recover. They can't recover from like a bad market crash or something like that because you done spent the money.
Yeah, they leverage themselves.
Yeah, you done spent the money. You ain't reinvested profits or nothing. So grand closing. Here we go.
Okay. So now when you started that, then what's next? What have you?
Finding out what we like to invest in.
Okay.
Finding out what's the calling around, seeing who's selling their business. Do we like this business? And just keep going. The main thing is taking care of the money, keep building buying power. That way when the opportunity presents itself, are you prepared?
Yeah.
Or are you going to miss the opportunity?
Right.
Yeah.
Do you train, coach on any of these ideas and principles?
I do.
Okay.
I do to my mentees and everything. But as far as like public speaking about it, nah, I ain't really went off nowhere and really public speak about it. Yeah.
Is that one of the things you plan on doing in the future?
I would like to. I'm open to doing it, but we'll see what happens.
Okay. Yeah. 'Cause I think your story is one that people can relate to.
Yeah.
Especially people that are in the urban areas and its harsh areas, they can definitely relate to you. So lots of times they look at athletes and they think that's the only way out.
Mm-hmm.
But you use that to leverage yourself into becoming an entrepreneur. So your God-given abilities and skills, you just took it to another level. And people don't know how to do that.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. So
and when they think they know how to do it, they end up going back to square one because it's really a science to this thing. Let me explain.
Please.
So I took the Ray Kroc approach when it came to my business.
Okay.
So I train professional athletes.
Okay.
That's what the front of my business looked like.
Okay.
But the back of my business is really an investment company.
Mm-hmm.
That's what create the cash flow. It's kind of like what Ray Kroc did with McDonald's.
Okay.
Ray Kroc wasn't meeting his overhead a lot because sometimes the burger sales wasn't there. Sometimes the training sessions are not there. So what did he do? He bought the land. He bought real estate. McDonald's own so much real estate around here. Some of the real estate that we probably sitting on, they probably own, and we don't even know it. If you see a McDonald's in a Walmart parking lot, 9 times out of 10, they probably own the land. And everybody that's in that shopping center is paying McDonald's a land fee.
Yeah. Wow.
So now they got positive cash flow coming in every month, whether somebody buy a hamburger or not. So whether somebody buy a training session or not, it's there when you need it. We still making our money because we invested in cash flow.
Okay. I'm not sure exactly. Maybe I wasn't listening. So what is it that you said you train athletes, and that is the basis for how you've developed the business?
So what I was saying was the front of my business looks like a training business.
Okay.
The back of my business, MWE invest in real estate, invest in transportation.
Okay. So
McDonald's ain't nothing but a real estate company that sell hamburgers.
Okay, gotcha.
MWE ain't nothing but a holding company that trains football players.
Gotcha. All right. What did you study, Mike, to get to that? People need to know this, right? I'm going to tell you why people need to know it, because they don't know how.
I'm giving free game out here, by the way. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's Al Neely, so I gotta.
All right, I'm gonna tell you why I asked, right? Because growing up, my parents we were solid middle class, right? My parents were workers. My mom was a nurse. My dad was a truck driver. They were not executives, right? So I was always searching but their emphasis was for me to go to school to learn, right? So I was always looking for somebody that was an executive that I could learn from, right? And I feel like young men today have a desire and they don't know how to go from point A to point F to point, Z. So tell us how you taught yourself or you learned or what things gave you that concept. Because most people don't know that. I didn't know nothing about McDonald's owning land, right? So,
I would say this: never stop learning. Always keep searching for information.
right.
And that information came when I went to the University of Miami.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. So
Where'd you study?
I studied business.
Okay. There you go. All right.
Yeah. So, and then on top of that, a lot of people that go to the University of Miami, they family own Fortune 500 companies. That's where all the celebrity kids go. I mean, literally, the only thing that's really like poverty, that come from poverty there is
The athletes?
the athletes. For real.
Right.
So, you meet certain people and then you meet their parents. And I've always been a people person. So when I meet people and then I learn like, okay, this guy's a business guy or, something of that nature, I start picking his brain immediately.
Okay.
But at the same time, I'm researching because my favorite game was Monopoly growing up. I didn't like playing video games or nothing like that. I like playing Monopoly. I could play Monopoly all day because I wanted to own everything.
Well, you've made it this far. So, at its core, ListenUp is about connection. Most people want the same fundamental things: peace of mind, nourishment, shelter, safety, purpose, and the chance to be understood. Through conversations with people from different backgrounds, industries, and lived experiences, ListenUp creates space for listening, learning, and growth. For more content, we need you to subscribe. Take this moment to subscribe.
So yeah, just picking people's brain, meeting new people, and just retaining all this information, and then looking up, okay, who's the richest guys? How did this happen? Or researching Ray Kroc like I did.
Right.
It just came across my mind like one day, who owned McDonald's? How did he get it?
Yeah.
What did he do to get it?
Yeah.
And when I found out that he struggled with paying his overhead most of the time because he wasn't making the burger sales that he wanted to make. So he got tired of that. And this one guy told him this one thing: you need to create cash flow. Because you need to create cash flow within your business, because you never know when the burger sales is going to stop. People can turn you on and turn you off.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so I just learned something today.
Yeah.
See,
So like Amazon, right? Amazon own Whole Foods. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, Whole Foods is owned by Amazon.
Well, I know Amazon, they pretty much destroyed just about all the brick and mortars and everybody else.
A monster, man.
The things that we grew up with are just gone. So it just consumed them. So I know a lot about those things, but I had no idea about Whole Foods.
Yeah. Amazon owns Whole Foods.
Okay.
And it's going to own a lot more other things, so, because can't nobody stop them. They're a monster right now.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you tell people to buy shares of Amazon? Is that one of the things you do?
Yeah, buy you a couple shares. Me, when it comes to the stock market,
Yeah.
I'm not a guy that likes to buy and hold, especially if it's already like a established business. And if it's an up-and-coming business and I see potential in it, I might dump some money in there. But for the most part, the only stocks that I'm really dumping money in is cash flowing stocks. So you got capital gain stocks and then you got cash flowing stocks. I like my money. So I'm not buying and hoping anything. Something go up. I want my cash flow every month. So I buy stocks that cash flow. So that pay you dividends every month is what I'm saying. So,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. What is Gives Hope, Michael Wyche Gives Hope, LLC? Is that one of the holding companies?
That's one of the businesses.
Okay.
I'm giving hope, teaching people about the Michael Wyche story. And the Michael Wyche story is breaking generational curses that try to hold us back and creating generational wealth so we can pass down to our family.
Yeah.
Because I'm tired of starting behind the 8 ball. Every time I was playing on the football field or whatever I was doing, every time I go to work, this is for my family. This is for
That was your approach every day.
Yeah, this is for my kids.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, everybody gonna eat off me. I'm the chosen one. I'm the sacrificial lamb. I don't care. As long as they be able to eat. As long as we ain't starting from square one, because it don't feel good. That's why I work every day. That's why I hoard all my money. I don't go buying stupid stuff, man. You can't sit around here and blame people for 95% of your problems and then turn around and spend 95% of your money out doing the same thing. Like, you can't do that. You going out here buying all this stuff that you don't need, all these clothes and shoes that you don't need, and you're not even, like, for what?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's been my biggest problem with some people. Like,
man, you said that people, when you were in Miami, that you seen people come down and spend basically $500,000 in, you said, like, a weekend?
Some of my best friends did that.
What were they buying? Buying islands? What?
You want to know what's crazy?
What?
When that happened that weekend,
yeah.
I'm not gonna say his name. He's my best friend, though, but I'm not gonna say his name.
Okay, you don't need to do that.
But when that happened, he laughed about it now. But when that happened, I was trying to figure out what did you buy? Because all we did was go jet skiing. We went jet skiing. We went to get something to eat at a nice restaurant down there on South Beach. And then I said, I went to the jeweler. They go buy them chains and the jewelry, man.
Wow.
I don't own a single thing of jewelry.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not a jewelry person.
I'm not a jewelry person, man.
Never been, yeah.
And I don't understand why those athletes. So I talked to him about it because I love him and that's my brother. And I want to see him have generational wealth. And I didn't make nowhere near close to money he made in football. Nothing. But I wanted him to be able to look back on it like I took care of that money. Now, because this capital, you never getting back.
Right.
When you spend it.
Well, they may look at it like it's an investment, but, jewels, gold.
Jewelry, investment. Half of the jewelry that they buying, they don't even know it's fake.
Oh, it's fake. Ooh.
Come to find out, they selling, most of these businesses that selling y'all jewelry is fake. They sell it, it's almost like eating imitation crab almost.
Gotcha. All right. What is that the most outlandish thing you ever see somebody spending money on?
What, 500,000?
Yeah, on
I've seen
jewelry.
I've seen people spend way more money than that.
Oh, what? Well, give me an example of something that would be that you saw. You was like, man, this is just nuts.
I seen an individual blow. The most I seen him do in one day.
Yeah.
He dropped about 2.7 million on cars.
Wow.
2.7 million. I'm sitting here watching all this. This when I was in college. I'm sitting here watching all this. 2.7 million on cars, and half of the time you ain't even gonna be able to drive it. And he ain't got no license.
Okay. Yeah, that doesn't make any sense. That's pretty outlandish.
Yeah, that's what they do.
Yeah.
They go buy all these expensive dinners for the experience. That's what people tell you. It's for the experience. So you gonna go out of the country and get this country 10, 15,000 because you talking about the experience, and you come from nothing. You come from nothing, and you own your way back to nothing.
Yeah.
The way you spending this money.
Yeah. Yeah.
But most people like retail therapy, I guess.
Retail therapy.
Yeah.
Wow. You're a father.
Mm-hmm.
What is it like? You can't ask your kid, but what types of experiences are you trying to impress upon your child as to how to do things, and do they see it the way you see it?
Them being young and with the social media influence and everything like that, it's a tug of war.
That's poison.
Yeah, it's poison, and between fighting the internet and then fighting the kids in school, because sometimes you force to get the kids all these nice things because the kids in school, they be picking and bullying.
Yeah.
Feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then they're looking at all the stuff online, these people are not. They're just doing it for social media.
Yeah.
They probably don't have
No.
tons and tons of
Yeah.
wealth,
Right.
but you can make it look like that for 30 seconds.
Yeah.
So
I know a lot of bums and Benzes.
yeah.
I do, and it's because we just live in an imitation world now. Everything's fake. You can make everything look good. You can go, a person to be impressed by a person that's going to get a Range Rover or a certain type of Benz. Anybody can get that Benz. It's not hard, but then they can't make the car payment. But online, you would think they're making a car payment, but they struggling.
Yeah, you can drive around for 3 or 4 months until they come and get it.
Then here come the repo man. Here come the repo man. The grim reaper. Yeah.
Then you want to fight, right? Yeah.
That's what they try to do. Yeah.
All right. So give us something that you can leave us with that will give us directions. People that listen to the podcast, to give them directions as how to start creating a legacy. Because that's basically what you just said you wanted to do. Mm-hmm. And your legacy is fueled because of fear. You fear being without more than anything. That's the biggest fear that you have in life. So can you give us something or leave us with something that someone who may not have the resources can start from, a place where they can start from?
First thing I would say to a person that don't have the resources like I have, that I was blessed to have, or first thing I would say to them, stop spending money on stupid stuff.
Discipline.
It's discipline.
Yeah. But you're a football player, man. You've been taught discipline early on.
Since middle school.
Yeah.
You know, so you got to develop discipline.
That's hard. That's hard.
Start you a spreadsheet.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go.
Start you a spreadsheet.
Okay.
Write down all your bills.
Okay.
Okay. Write down all your bills, and at the end of that, add it all up and come up with your whole monthly overhead. I mean, phone bill, all that, car note, all that. Don't miss nothing. Your monthly subscriptions. All these unnecessary monthly subscriptions. Gym membership, all that. Plug it all in. And then tell me what your monthly overhead is. Now, look at how much you're bringing in a month. Now you can look at how much you can save after you pay your overhead. How much is your overhead going to cost? Okay. Then start saving from there. If you got a little money left over, save it.
Yeah.
Sometimes if you really want to do this wealth thing, sometimes you're going to have to eat cucumbers and tomatoes. You can't go out there.
That's healthy.
Yeah, exactly. I'm giving you a cheap.
That's better than eating ramen.
I'm giving you a cheap po' boy meal.
Yeah.
Cucumbers and tomatoes. If you need to get real, if you get too bored with that, add some avocado to it.
Okay. Yeah.
But eat a cheap meal and save your money. It's going to come a time that you're going to be able to have fun, but this is not fun right now. I tell everybody, why would you want to work so hard at a job that you don't even own? You don't own this job. And you going out here blowing the money after you done put blood, sweat, and tears in, your back aching and all that, especially blue-collar workers. Why are you spending this money? This is not money for you to spend. Yeah. Now, if you got a little bonus money, go ahead.
Right.
But you should have a system for that money that you bringing in for a company that you don't work for. I mean, that you don't own.
Right.
Yeah, that money is to pay bills and invest. That's what your earned income should be for.
Next question, because you said invest. I was going to go there.
All right.
Okay. All right. So you know what to invest in. You studied in school. Mm-hmm. Tell us, one, how we need to learn about investing, and then two, where should we start with investing?
Okay. It depends on what you got a taste for, because some people don't like the stock market.
Right.
Some people like real estate.
Yeah.
Some people don't like real estate. Some people like whatever they like. Okay. Figure out what's your lane.
Okay.
know? I like real estate because we had a challenge of growing up skipping from house to house, so real estate was big to me, But I invest in real estate with my ownership group. You know,
Okay.
so that was a big one for me. Transportation was a big one for me, you know, because everybody needs something transported. When it comes to how to invest, when it comes to that, you have to figure out how much money you're going to put to the side. So I would recommend, when it comes to investing, the minimum that you should be investing with, you should be investing at least $100 every paycheck.
Okay.
I would say $400 a month. You should be a minimum investing for $100 a week.
Okay. All right. So I'm a numbers person.
All right.
So earlier when we were talking, you were talking about twofold, and I used to hear this. You know, I listen to Jay-Z, and it's kind of what he says too. He's like, "Don't buy anything that you can't pay for twice." Is that what you meant?
Double up twice before you splurge once.
So would you take that philosophy when it comes to investing too? So if you're actually investing $100, you should have $200 set aside. Is that the way you break it up?
No.
You tell me what you're thinking.
When it comes to investing,
Yeah.
never use your money.
Okay.
Use your side hustle money.
Okay. All right.
Don't use your livelihood money.
Okay.
What if the market crash?
Okay.
You got to use money you don't care about. So that cigarette money that you got, that liquor money that you got.
Once again, it's a discipline, Mike.
Come on, man. That Michael Jordan tennis shoes money that you got.
Yeah.
That you willing to do. That bar money that you got that you go spend every weekend on. Should I keep going? All that money that all that money that you got that you don't care about, that casino money that you got, put that into an investment. Money that you don't care about losing, because clearly you don't care about losing that, and y'all lose a lot of it.
Yeah.
So that money that you don't care about losing, and then create you a side hustle so you could be able to throw money in there on the regular and watch where it take you.
Okay.
Watch where it take you. All that little change you got, I stack change too. I got a 5-gallon jug full of quarters. You think I'm lying?
No. I know you. I know you're not.
It's about $6,000 in there right now, close to it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I wrote a chapter called "Respect Every Dollar."
Okay. What book? Where can we
No,
find
that was
it?
a blog.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on my website. It's a blog.
Okay. All right. Yeah. You did write. You were part of a book, right?
Grief Through His Eyes, Volume 2.
Okay. Can you say it slowly?
Grief Through His Eyes, Volume 2.
Okay.
Yep.
And where can we find that book?
You can go on Amazon and get it.
Okay.
Yeah, it's on Amazon.
What's the nature of it? Just give us a brief, just touch on it so people know.
So it's pretty much inspiring people to turn their pain into purpose.
Okay.
You know, whatever you're going through, times might be hard, but you got to find a way to get up. You can't stay down forever. You know, you might be in a homeless shelter right now, sleeping in your car. Get the discipline you need to get up. You know, so that's pretty much what it's about. You know, taking some grief that you experience and turning it into power.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So your website is, I want people to be able to find you.
MichaelWyche.com, MichaelWyche.com.
Okay. What platforms you're on social media?
I'm on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn.
Okay.
All same at Michael Wyche 72.
Okay.
Yeah.
Michael Wyche 72.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
All right. I appreciate you. I'm so glad you came in. You're an inspiration.
Appreciate it.
I've learned from you.
Yeah.
And I mean, you just, as far as your personality and everything, you're just a fantastic person.
And I appreciate it.
You gonna come back?
I would love to come back.
Okay, and so we're gonna get you to the next chapter level. We're gonna start talking about investments at some point. So
Yeah.
okay, thank you for coming in today and talking with us.
And I appreciate you for having me.
Yes,
That's it.
that's today's episode. We'll catch you next time on Listen Up. If you enjoyed today's episode, I'm gonna ask you to click on the links below. Follow, subscribe, become part of the conversation. And remember, listen up.